Hey, Facebook Live, this is John Bon Jovi hanging out with you. Really looking forward to getting back on the road. This house is not for sale. The tour starts on February the 8th in South Carolina. And I'm here to announce for you the opportunity to open for Bon Jovi. It's getting harder and harder these days for a band to get an opportunity to make a record, get any notoriety. It's even slimmer chances to play on the big stage. So we want to take you along. Now, there's a little magic thing here to click on. And if you upload a live video of you as a solo artist or with your band, throw it up here to win the opportunity to open for us in your town. You have 31 chances to win, maybe 1 million of you in bands. Good luck. You got to start somewhere. Looking forward to having you. All right, I'm going to answer some questions. And I'm going to go pack my bag and get ready to go to South Carolina. We'll see you all on the road soon. Teresa's asked me a couple questions here. Let's see, Teresa, one of your questions. From all the tours that you've done, how is this one different from the rest? Well, Teresa, it's not a question of how this tour will be different, but how can we live up to the previous ones? And I can tell you this, I'm more ready, willing, and able than I may have been ever in my career. With the addition of Phil X, John Shanks, and Everett Bradley, I know that Tico David and I are really proud to be back on the big stage. So I hope that we make you as proud of this as we are. Let's see now. AJ's asked, with 14 albums worth of material, how difficult is it creating a set list? All right, AJ, it's a little bit hard because truthfully, a lot of folks that come to see us, they expect to hear all the hits, and that'll take up a lot of the show. But there needs to be room for the new record, which we're playing a lot of these days, as well as the catalog and the album tracks from the catalog. So, you know, I've been thinking about songs like Dry County or Right Side or Wrong and Hey God and Joey and When We Were Beautiful and Love's the Only Rule and Something to Believe in. I can go on forever. There's a lot of songs from a lot of albums, and then there's a lot of hits. You know, there's only so much you can do in a night. So it's not ever easy, but we'll try to do our best to mix it up for you. Rosie's asked, Rosie, where'd your question go, Rosie? Sorry, babe. Do you prefer singing ballads or rock anthems? Good question. I like both of them. I have to gauge the audience to determine what kind of mood they're in, where to take them. I mean, you wouldn't really expect me to sing Amen right after Living on a Prayer. So it just depends on the roller coaster ride that we're on with the audience at that time. But there's room for both during the course of the night, obviously. And I'm really able to do enough of the ballads to make me happy, do a couple of the more artsy tracks to make us happy, and then do all the hits to make you happy. Veronica's asked, what songs on the new album are you most excited to play? Wow. Genuinely, I'm excited to play all of them. You know, we showcased this new record in theaters and 4 shows around the world. One of them was here in New York on Broadway. And we played just the new album in its entirety, and we told the stories of all the songs. I had a great time. If I could do that every night in the arenas and the stadiums, I would. It's a good idea. Renata's asking, are you planning to play some of the classic songs like Blood on Blood or Never Say Goodbye? I guess I really did answer that. But yeah, we look forward to playing a lot of the songs from the catalog as well as the new stuff. Here's another one. Is there one venue or city that you've always wanted to play but haven't had a chance to? I think we pretty much played everywhere where there's electricity. You know? But there are some places that we're going to go that we haven't been in a long time. We're going to Alabama. Haven't been in Alabama, so I'm looking forward to seeing some old friends come out to see us in Alabama. We're going to go to South Carolina. We're going to go to some places other than the LA, New York, Chicago, New Jersey dates. Romina's asking about the songwriting process. She says, do you usually start with a song title on your mind or just writing down a couple lines? Typically, not always, but typically it does start with a title. For me, that dictates the feel, and then subsequently the chord progression and a story, the lyrics. But a lot of times, you know, the title tells you the story. Let's see. Sabrina wants to know, being a part of the band since the 80s, how do you feel that you've grown as an artist? Were you able to adapt your music for today's audience? That's a good question. You know, we've been around for 33 years now, and we're really still very committed to pushing ourselves. We don't want to chase anything or anyone else, because truthfully, it just wouldn't feel right and it wouldn't ring true. I don't have much desire to try to rewrite the hits of the past. Although songs like Living on a Prayer or Wanted or It's My Life changed all of our lives, you can't relive the past. Sometimes it might upset those who get in an uproar and want us to live in the 80s, but sorry, I mean, as a writer, you got to live the story of tonight. Yesterday is gone, and it's all happened. So I just think that there's so much more to say every time you pick up the guitar. History's being made all around us, and it gives you the opportunity to write that next chapter. Gabriella asks, what inspired you to write the album, This House Is Not For Sale? Wow, Gab. I mean, this album symbolizes a lot for me, but the house really was about our integrity. I think it's really a record about life, love, loss, and the sweat that fell on the pages in between. Next question is, do you have a group or an artist that you would drive hours to see in concert before you made it big? I would drive to see the Stones, and I have made it big. I would drive to see U2. I'm glad I'd driven on more than one occasion to see the late, great Leonard Cohen. I would go anywhere to see Bob Dylan. His face should be on Mount Rushmore as far as I'm concerned. I'm still a fan at the end of the day, my dear. Are any of the people in the video for Come On Up to Our House actually friends, neighbors, family, or are they all actors? David Bryan's daughter, Gabby, is the first person I hug in the video. You see the back of her hair, and she turns around, and then she's standing next to her dad on the porch. She actually appears in the Knockout video as well. But there are several friends in the piece, as well as some of the locals, some of the crew, and some of them were paid extras. The next question from Lori, she says, what's your favorite song or songs off the new record? That's a tough one because I'm still so attached to it, but my initial thoughts are This House Is Not For Sale and Living with the Ghost and God Bless This Mess. But I'm really proud of the new record. I hope you guys like it, by the way. Diana asks, do you have any plans to release the tour on DVD? Well, guess what, Di? We're going to release every night. Anyone who comes to the show is going to have a chance to take the show home with them. So every night is being recorded for you to take home with you. I hope that I've answered a couple of your questions. Again, one more time, I want to invite anyone who's ever strummed a guitar, played in their band, hoping someday to hit the big stage, the opportunity to come and open for us. So that This House Is Not For Sale is looking for a special guest on the tour. Come on up to our house. We'll see you on the road, February 8th. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.